is Kelly at Lost Girl Tarot. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a Bonding with Decks series. So this is going to be the first video in that series where I pick a deck that I either haven't used in a long time or that I've just recently purchased or something, and we're gonna start a bonding process with it, you know, like get to know it. And for this video I have picked, let me get the book for you, the deck box even, The Witching Hour Oracle by Lorraine Anderson, illustrated by Olivia Berkey. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this one is a 44 cards series. I can't talk today. 44 card deck that features loads of things all about witchcraft and magic, and it's all very magical, kind of classic witchcraft book and deck. So we don't know much about it, but I have shuffled the cards. I've sat and shuffled them for a long time. I've kept them like this while sat next to me on my nightstand, so we have that in place. And I've also placed a little rose quartz star, which I think is absolutely gorgeous, on the centre as a way of connecting with it more. So that's initially my first process of what I do. I shuffle the cards, I open them, take a look, and then I place a crystal and keep them on my nightstand for a period of time. It's usually rose quartz in me, because rose quartz, I feel very, very connected to the rose quartz. So it's usually rose quartz hearts, clusters. I've got a moon somewhere as well, and I've also got a star. So I thought this one, as it's a witchy kind of one, we'd have a star. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to go through the cards one at a time and see how we feel about them. They have been shuffled, I have had a quick glance, but what I thought I'd do is do my initial gut reaction to these cards. And I'm also really sorry about the noise, if you can hear that. Someone's like sawing or drilling or something outside, and it's really irritating. But I can't do much about that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the cards one at a time, and we're going to see if I love it, if I'm like not that bothered about it, or if I don't really enjoy it. So we have the elements, back to basics. I really like this card as a gut reaction. I'm not going to be talking much in this process because I'm literally just going to be seeing how I feel about each of the cards as I go. That's very pretty, I like that one. I might speed this up after a while, just so that you're not just sat there watching me in silence. I'm also paying attention to the keyword and the message as well. This is also an opportunity for you guys to see every single one of the cards in like a brief moment as well. Okay, so that process was immediate gut reaction, how I feel about them. We have a big mix. So these are the ones that I kind of like, don't really like, or don't really understand. We've got quite a few, admittedly. These are the ones that I'm kind of about, like could go either way. And these are the ones that I really, really like. So let's look at the ones that I really like, shall we? So we have the Sacred Vows of Commitment. and that's number 15. What does it say on it? Serenity. I vow to seek a state of calm and peacefulness. Oh, this is like a proper vow here. That's really nice. We also have Flying Ointment, Let Loose. I thought that was a really, really fun card. I really like that. Like, you can really tell that she's got like that freedom energy there. Seasons of the Witch, honouring cycles. We have the Sabbats, of course, which is really, really fun. I love that image. I might make a copy of that and put that in my grimoire. Witch's Brew, seek alternative solutions. That one's a really, really cute card. I really do like that one. I just think it looks really beautiful and whimsical. It's a very magical card, even if it does have a spider on it. To the Grave, secrets. I just thought this was really edgy. And I like the edginess of it. So you have like secrets kept, all in these headstones, and a little like deer walking past. I wonder what the significance of the deer is. Shall we take a look in the guidebook? That's 42. Does it mention the deer at all? Does it? Maybe it's because of like innocence and vulnerability. Oh, this is cool. So they have like companion cards. What I'll do is I'll pick my all-time favourite card, and we can have a look at the companion cards for it as well. Just to really play about with the cards and explore the guidebook as well. Solitary Witch. This one is probably my all-time favourite card. Heal yourself first. Yeah, we'll set that aside because that might be my favourite card of the whole deck. Poison Fawn, low vibrations, another edgy card. Book of Spells, learn, because I'm a journaling nerd and I love that kind of stuff. I love research. Salt, boundaries. So we have boundaries, purity, protection, and self-love. Casting a Circle, raising vibrations. That one's another really pretty card. The Witching Hour, favourable circumstances. Knowing, take the first step. And Elements, back to basics. So these are all my very top favourite cards. But what I think we'll do is we'll take a look at the guidebook entry for Solitary Witch, because that one is one of my favourite card of the whole deck. The Solitary Witch is not worried about... Oh, wait, for starters, we have a tarot companion, which is Temperance, which is very interesting. And the keywords are heal yourself first, it begins with you, and believe in yourself. The Solitary Witch is not worried about what others are doing. She prefers to practice alone in the sacred space of her own choosing, rather than rely on the coven to support her. Ultimately, she knows her path is her own to walk in her own time. Ooh, that's nice. And the companion cards, if we can find the companion cards, is the Elements. Very lucky. I'll put that there. Midnight Moth and Invocations. Ooh, okay. Let me try and find these. Okay, so these are the companion cards to the Solitary Witch card. So we have the Elements, and it says here for the Elements that you are being called to rely more on yourself. You are the only tool you need at this time. And Midnight Moth, it says you have the qualities that you are jealous of in others. Turn inward and focus on finding and developing those qualities within yourself. And for Invocations, speak to yourself as you would a lover. Worship yourself as sacred and develop more self-love. And it has the power of words, which I think is amazing. So this is a really, really fun little play that we've done now. What we're going to do next is we're going to do a little introductory tarot oracle spread that I thought we could play around with, and it is called, I don't know where I got this tarot spread from. I think it was from a blog post on Pinterest or something. I might try and link it down below if I can find it, but it's called the You, Me, Us spread, and it's a 3-card spread. So let me just shuffle and I'll show you exactly how it works, because this cardstock is so good to shuffle as well. I believe it is Rockpool, or is it Hay House? Rockpool. So you got that classic Rockpool like finish to it. It's kind of glossy, but it shuffles really well. One more. So the You, Me, Us spread. So you have a card that represents yourself, a card that represents the deck, and a card that represents your relationship with each other. And we're going to see how this deck works. So, a card to represent me, a card that represents the deck, and a card that represents our relationship. So, a card that represents me as a practitioner, the Midnight Moth. Interesting. That is interesting how that came up. And the keyword distraction, I've already got images, like just from that keyword. It's been really, really helpful for me to picture exactly what it's trying to tell me. So from first intuition, I feel like this deck is trying to tell me that I'm a very distracted practitioner, which is very true. I'm very much, ooh, shiny, and running off to do that thing rather than going back and really diving deep into my practice and staying there. I find that really, really difficult. So you're on point already, which in our oracle. But we'll look at the guidebook as we go along. A card that represents this deck. Ooh, Cloak and Dagger, Deception. Okay, I might have to turn to the guidebook early because I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay. The keywords are scheming, deception, escapism, and sabotage, and protecting yourself. So it's a little bit of a reserve deck. It's reserving itself at this moment in time because, well, we're new. We need to get to know each other a bit more. So you're holding back a little bit, and I totally respect that. And a card that represents our relationship. Let go. The spell is cast. So from first glance, I feel like we're just going to have a very professional, strict relationship where it's not going to be used much for playing about. It's going to be used when I really need a message. And if we look to see what the surrender, let go, let the universe do its thing. Yeah, surrender, trust the process is basically what this deck's saying. It's just, I'm just going to do spell work and then I'm just going to let go and let it do its thing, which relates to Cloak and Dagger here with deception and a very professional relationship. It just wants to be used for spell work and then it just wants to go off and do its own thing, you know? It doesn't want me to cling to it forever. And it does think that I'm a very distracted practitioner, which is pretty accurate. Shall we see if any of these cards are connected with each other? So that one's Tarot Companion is the Star. Number 7, Cloak and Dagger's companion cards is Solitary Witch, of course. And that is the 7 of Swords, which makes a lot of sense, honestly. And Midnight Moth is the Moon. So do you see what I'm trying to do here? I hope I'm making much sense. I'm basically just playing about, getting to know the cards, becoming really acquainted with them, having a lot of fun, and really diving deep into the images. Like here we have, this one says it's like the moon, and you've got the midnight moth and distraction, so it's like being pulled away, it's like distracted by this flame here. And that makes sense because of the whole here, oh look, it's a new shiny thing, I want to get involved in that, and then I completely neglect another part of my practice, you know. And Cloak and Dagger, like, it's very obvious imagery these cards have. So you have an embrace, but you've also, he's holding a knife behind her back. And the spell is cast, there is very obviously some spell work going on here. Very, very simple but effective imagery. Like, it gets the point across very, very easily. And I like that in an oracle, because sometimes you don't even need to, like, the guidebook is brilliant, but sometimes you don't need that guidebook if you have a really, really good and clear image in mind and you know where it's going, like I did with the distraction card and things like that. So that was the you, me and us pairing. What I would like to do now is dive into some of the spreads here, because, oh, there's an interview your deck spread, which is your common spread, but the you, me, us spread I think is very small, very short, very effective as well, so you can pick and choose between whatever spread you feel is most effective. We have Bathing in the River as weekly self-care check-in. We have Finding Your Coven, getting to know new friends, Phases of the Moon, the Elements, the Forest, the Book of Spells, that could be fun, or As Above So Below. I think we're going to do a self-care check-in. So the Bathing in the River spread, it's just another free card spread, but this one is from the guidebook. So I do like to refer to the guidebook when it comes to spreads, because you can kind of see where the author intended this deck to be used in, and you get to have a little play about with that as well. So this is a self-care check-in. So we have a personal need to focus on this week, what will energize me or inspire me, and how can I overcome this week's challenge. So let me take a sip of my squash and we will get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my, oh look at that, another piece of rose quartz. I'm going to put my rose quartz here so that it stays on the page, and we're going to shuffle again. And we're going to do this quick self-care check-in before moving on to the next stage. So, self-care check-in. The first card is a personal need to focus on this week. What will energize and inspire me this week? And how can I overcome this week's challenge? And we have some noisy neighbours, so that's fun as well. Okay, so a personal need to focus on this week. Enter at your own risk, pause. Okay, this is a very shadowy card. So what we have here, we have a woman dressed in white, and which to me brings like purity, protection, positivity, and she's alone in this darkness, and there's this figure approaching her in this darkness with red eyes. But the keyword is pause. So enter at your own risk. To me, I need to pause and I need to slow down this week, and I need to focus on slowing down and working on my own mental health. That is what this card's telling me, like straight off the bat. We'll check the guidebook to see if there's anything else that this card could be saying. It's card number 11. So any other keywords? Or no, the answer to your question is no, it's okay. Wait for confirmation. Oh, okay. Yeah, slow down, pause, think carefully before proceeding with any plans or decisions. Okay, so straight off the bat, we have this card that's just telling me no. Anything you're thinking of, the answer is no. Slow down, take a deep breath, no plans, just go with the flow. Which is a really good card to receive, honestly. I feel like I need that card quite often. So the next one is telling me what will energize or inspire me this week. What will energize or inspire me? Bewitched. You're under a spell. There seems to be two figures in this card, which is telling me it's going to be a person who's going to inspire me this week and energize me. And you're under a spell makes me feel like love, romance, like you're under this person's spell and stuff like that. And for me, that would be my partner. So what will energize and inspire me? Maybe it's telling me my partner is going to be there. It's going to inspire me. Shall we see if I'm heading in the right direction? Obsession, addiction, and conditioning. Ooh, okay, maybe not. Ooh. Take responsibility for your role in your circumstances. This one's tarot companion is the devil, which is a bit different from what I was leaning towards. It's another shadowy card, but I might pull a clarification card, which I do sometimes. So it's just another card that could mean this and just be like, what are you where are you getting at with this? Could I have a clarification for Bewitched? Retreat. What will inspire me is my need to retreat. I guess that makes sense. Okay, I'm getting along the right lines. So, solitude. Its tarot companion card is the Hermit. So, oh, hello. An advertisement. What we have here is the Witch in the Woods card. And you have this little cabin in the woods where magic is coming out the chimney, and you've got a little deer. So what it's telling me is what I need to do this week is pause, but what will inspire me to do that is my need to hide away from all the negativity in my life, and I need to back away and just retreat, find solace in my solitude. It's basically what it's telling me, which makes a lot of sense if I'm going to pause and take a breather. Sometimes I do need to retreat into myself and just sit back, relax, try to vibe, if that makes any sense. And how can I overcome this week's challenge? Transformation. Okay, so what we have here is a figure rising from the flames with lots of like dust and magic surrounding them in the darkness. Okay, from initial gut reaction, how can I overcome is another perspective, transform myself to adapt into the situations and go with the flow. Just keep going with the flow is what this deck's telling me, I believe. And this companion is the Tower. So we have a lot of shadowy energy, honestly, that's going on in this week. Dramatic change. So how can I rise is a new you is emerging, releasing the past. That is a really, really good one to receive, I think. Releasing the past, taking a breather, going with the flow. That makes sense. That's a really good spread. I really enjoyed that one. And there's loads of different spreads in this deck, Guidebook, which I'm really enjoying, and I might do a few more of them off camera. And now for the last little segment I'm going to do before ending this video, because I'm a bit cautious of how long I've been filming, is to pair it with some tarot, because I mostly use my oracle decks paired with tarot, but I do like to still do the initial spread on its own and bond with it by itself. But seeing how it's paired with some tarot is a really, really good and effective way of seeing how I will use it in action. So I have 3 decks here that I thought might work with the vibe and the artwork, but we're going to have a look. I've got 2 mass markets and 1 independent. So the first mass market that I have is Valoria's Tarot. And I just think the artwork would just work really effectively with this. This is another rock pool deck. Let me take some cards off so they're level. So what we've got here, I think the colours don't really seem to vibe, but I am enjoying Heartache and the World. I am enjoying that kind of narrative that it's portraying. The Ace of Swords and Reset, that works really well, and I like the blues and that kind of looks like a sword at the top. I like that. Nine of Wands, and we got loads of like shells here that look like wands. Ace of Wands and Deception, not quite. 5 of Cups and Self-Love and Acceptance. I like that. That is a really, really good one. And you've got like 5 different moons here. 6 of Cups and Danger. 6 of Swords and Sacred Vows, Commitment. Like, I'm actually kind of enjoying this. Like, it might be a little, the colours might be a bit off, but there is some blues. There is some pinks on occasion. Seek alternative solutions with the 7 of Wands. 3 of Swords, heal yourself first. Okay, this works. This really, really works, and I'm enjoying this. This pairing is really good. 3 of Wands and the Power of Words. 10 of Swords and Respecting Spirit. That's interesting. The Empress and Seeing the Bigger Picture. Yeah, so I think this one was a really good pairing to choose for starters. So I'm really happy with this one. So that was the Valoria's Tarot with the Witching Hour Oracle, of course. And this one is a really, really cute little deck to put in your handbag and just take around with you, because it's really like pocket sized. So next up we have the Moon Void Tarot by Stephanie Capone, and this is the 3rd edition, and this is independent. So let's test this one out. So we're just playing, just seeing how we go. I love this deck. Like, the cardstock is so nice. Queen of Pentacles with Manifestation. That one's perfect already. And you've got like the big circle in the centre. I really like that. The Hierophant and Ascension. Ooh, you've got like the small little circle here, which could be the scrying ball, like under the tree. Raising Vibrations and the 10 of Swords. Low Vibrations and the 4 of Cups. That makes sense. You've even got the rose that's like fallen over. She could be holding that rose there. Like, do you guys see it as well? The High Priestess and stagnation. The Lovers and leadership. Very interesting. Chariot and boundaries. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune and prying eyes. Someone has their eye on you and the Wheel of Fortune is an eye. Like, what? That's amazing. Seven of Pentacles and learn. I like that one. That one's a really good one. Seeing the signs and the Five of Swords. Ooh. I think this one's a good pairing as well, honestly. Honouring cycles with the Nine of Cups. That's nice. Okay, so I feel like this one's a really good pairing as well. So this, I love these sparkly edges. This is the Moon Void. Is it the Moon Void? Yes, the Moon Void Tarot. I'm not sure if it's still in print, unfortunately, or if it is, it might be a later edition now. But it's stunning, and I recommend it if you can grab a copy. And finally, in my little knitted bag is the Wild Unknown. It's the later edition, I believe, with the Justice card, the Pride Justice card. But I thought we'd take a look. From box and first card, it looks like a good idea. This is another mass market. I'm sure we all know the Wild Unknown by now. But I absolutely adore this deck. So I'm really hoping I have another one I can use with this. The Nine of Pentacles and Honouring Cycles. Ace of Wands and taking the first step. I like that message for the Ace of Wands. The Fool and Magnificence. The artwork might not seem to really flow very well, but I am liking some of the messages that come up. Three of Swords and self-care. That's very important as like kind of a solution to the Three of Swords. The Nine of Cups and distraction. Five of Cups and transformation. That's quite of a good one to as another solution. So maybe if we have the situation and solution, this could be a good one. The Star and Retreat. I like that. The Moon and Pause. This is a very, very good one because you both have the trees in like shrouded in darkness here. Is there a moon in this card? No, there's not even a moon, but you've still got some sort of light coming from somewhere. The Empress and Back to Basics. The Ace of Cups and transformation. Ten of Swords and Heartache. This one is very good as well. Seven of Pentacles and reset. The Hermit and Sacred Test. And Strength and Let Go. Oh, I like this. The Five of Wands with Deception. Because like, look at that there. It looks like the Five Wands. That's really cool. Justice, self-love and acceptance. That's beautiful. We'll pull one more. Daughter of Pentacles and commitment. So I feel like this one is okay. It's not as, I don't really enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the Moon Void or the Valoria's Tarot. But I do think that it's still worthwhile just playing around and seeing what narrative you can make out of these pairs and the synchronicities that come up in the artwork as well. And I believe that is going to be this video. I think if I do any more, it might end up being really long. But this is, I hope you kind of get the idea of where I come from with how I bond with decks. And I really enjoyed doing this video for you guys because it motivates me to actually bond with newer decks that I have had in my collection for a while, or new ones that get added. And it's nice to see the artwork cropping up as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your favourite pairing was. If you own this deck, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this content. It keeps my channel going and growing. Yeah, my mind went so blank then. But I really appreciate it if you've watched this far, or if you've watched my other previous video about my return to YouTube. It really meant a lot to me, and I'll see you all next week for the next video. Bye guys!